You just entered into your final year. Now you want to prepare for your NEET MDS exam, but you have no idea how to prepare for it. Today, I'll tell you how to approach the preparation, how I approach the preparation in my final year. So, before we jump into it, let me tell you a basic difference between two major exams for MDS. Basically, these are the only exams you have for MDS. The first one is NEET MDS. You must have heard of it. The second one is INICET. In INICET, you have multiple exams which give you admission in MD or DM, MS or MCH, and MDS. So when you want to do anything, when you are talking about INICET, you will say INICET MDS. Registration, when you do the registration for NEET, you will have the option for all of these, and in them you have to specially select for MDS. So what are the major differences in them? Your NEET MDS exam is once a year exam, and NEET is you have twice the option. Once a year, it is conducted in December, and it is conducted, but NEET is conducted in May, around May and around November. So in your internship, you have the option to either go for November INCT and or for December INCT exam. In NEET MDS, you will have 240 questions. In this, you will have 200 questions. You have 4 marks for one correct, and in this, you will and 1 mark for negative marking. You have 1 mark for correct, and 1/3 of it will be deducted for negative. These are 3 hour exam. Okay, is a basic info, you all aware of it. There's few more things you must know. In unit MDS, your pattern is followed as 14 question per subject, excluding two subjects which will have 15 questions for only two subjects. And which are these two subjects? It's sometimes it's your general medicine, general surgery. Nowadays in 2023, it's OP, oral medicine, right? So you can assume that you will have a fixed amount or at least a sufficient amount of question from every subject. But in ICT, there is no such rule. You may have most of the question from one particular subject and no question from particular subject, right? So it's more of a luck base what you have. What are the participating colleges for? In NEET MDS, you are participating for all government and private colleges except, and these excepts are these which are participating in NECT. After getting a good rank in NECT, you will get the admission in all of the AIMS colleges, all of the AIMS colleges throughout the India, NIMHS Bangalore. Please excuse me, my spelling is a bit wrong. Then PGI Chandigarh. These colleges won't be participating for your government, for your NEET MDS exam, correct? In this, you will also have limitation for no seats are very limited in AIMS. You will have around 16 to 20 seats. But in this, in NEET MDS, you will have around 300 to 500 government seat. And if you go for private, even someone with the rank of 10,000 can get a management private seat. But in NECT, there is no management seat. So these are the basic difference in your NEET MDS and NECT. So let's just jump into another difference. So now you understood the concept of different exams. I'll discuss with you few things right now. Like you are in your final year, and in your final year, you have few possible options right now. You have to prepare for your final exam, correct? Which is going to be around in August, and you have to deal with your clinical posting quota, and some of you might have joined some clinics, correct? And because of your family pressure, or like your senior joined your senior clinic, or you are just family clinic, and you have your personal life, which is most of the time is very depressing. And you just came out from your third year, which is also known as the blessing year. You have a freedom in your third year, which is very limited in your final year, and over you are adding something like a NEET MDS preparation into it. Correct. Now, when somebody say prepare for NEET, yes, this thing sounds very beautiful, sounds very tempting, but let be honest about it. We know things are very difficult if you look at this way. You only have 24 hours, correct? You must be living in your hostels or will be probably be doing daily up down, and I can assume that you are going to invest around 2 hours into it. Minimum 2 to 3 hours. Correct. You only left with 21 hours. In your 21 hours, you have college from 9 to 4. Correct. So around 8 hour college. We are just being lenient. Around 8 hours you are going to spend in your college. In your 8 hour, now we are just left with a very few, like, you know, you have around 13 hours left. From your 13 hours, you are going to sleep around 6 to 8 hours. Correct? You should sleep. If you're not sleeping 8 hours, you are going to hamper your mental health. Sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. So after all this math, you are going to have around 5 to 7 hours of freedom. Just we are assuming that you have no personal life in this. Correct? For 5 hours, you have to most of the time you just have 5 hours, right? And in the 5 hours, you have to do this thing, this everything. So let's break down how we are going to tackle it. Okay, so we are assuming that you are in your college. I suggest you to do your in your final year. See, for your NEET MDS, you have two part, a dental part And then other is medical part, which consists of anatomy, general physiology, biochem, pharma, path, micro, medicine, surgery, right? And these include all dental subjects, correct? And for this, you have your final year in front of you now and your internship. So what I suggest you in your final year, just deal with this much. In your final year, just do dental subjects. Limit this preparation to half. Just do dental subjects. For medical, let it be for internship. I'm being very practical here. I am not assuming everyone is a topper. Everyone is just super genius who can remember everything they read. We are being very rational, very practical about it. You have a limited amount of time. In this amount of time, done with your dental subjects. What do you do in your dental subjects? Especially all these eight subjects, get a good grasp of concept and their clinical correlation. Right. Let me tell you, give a simple example. See, we know about POP, which is also known as gypsum. Your gypsum, its solubility increases with temperature. Right. Right. So if you are mixing it in warm water, it will mix faster up to a certain point. Right. But after a certain point, its solubility, it just if we draw a graph, solubility, right, and this side its temperature, so its solubility increases with temperature. And at a certain point, this solubility after a certain temperature it start decreasing, and at certain temperature just become zero. Basically, in your 100 degrees Celsius, your solubility is zero. Right. So at this point, your gypsum will be there, like you have very boiled water and you put POP in it, it won't mix, it won't make any chemical reaction. How do you remember this? Over the period, you will forget it. But if you go into clinical posting, go into posting, get a very boiling water, add some POP into it. See this if this actually happen or not. Get this concept very thoroughly. Physical properties of the cement, try mixing them. Zinc phosphate have a exothermic reaction. And that's why we only mix in spreading method. Right? We spread it whenever we are mixing it, we spread it over your glass layer. Or there's certain cements which you're not supposed to mix in glass layer, mix on glass layer. Or mixing is faster when it's cooled down, or alginate mix faster in certain cold water, or like mix faster with so, and like accelerator and accelerators, do a lot of things. How about anatomy? You are in prosto, right? You have a patient without any teeth. Now you have perfect time to rule out the landmarks for a maxilla. For a mandible, try looking out oblique ridge. Try looking out lesions. In the prosto patient, you are going to view a lot of lesions. Smoker palate, OSMF, leukoplakia, lichen planus. View them, observe them. In your postings only. You are not doing anything extra. You are still preparing for NEET MDS. You don't have to do something very special, right? I'm not asking you to be a very supernatural about it. Just be very lenient. Plan your preparation. Which are posting you are. For example, you are prosto posting. What do? In these 5 to 7 hours, a day before posting, read everything in post. Read everything about it. You want to explore in your postings. You read about it, and next day you go in your poster posting and you examine. You explore. Correct. If you have you were going to explore in these 8 hours. You are using these 8 hours. Read whatever topic you read it in a such a way that you have a good grasp of concept. And this concept will help you write your long answers and will help you get a base for MCQs. Otherwise, if you see, let me say in Perio, which are the important topic for final exam? Do you read implants? Do you have any questions from? No, most of them you do not have very thorough, very deep concept about implants. It is not necessary. But in NEET MDS, implants are must. They are must. Like you can forget everything in perio, but you must remember implant. That's how important it is. Same for PhD. Do they teach you biostatistics, or do your teachers teach you, or do your senior teach you, or do anybody tell you that go read biostatistics? They don't ask you, or even if they ask you the very simple things. Do they ask you to read chi-square test, or do they ask you to read student test? Do teachers teach you? Nobody teach you these tests, but these tests are very important for your NEET MDS in your PhD. It's so important that for your PhD, you have to read only epidemiology and biostatistics. You can watch my videos. What are the important topics for NEET MDS? And these do not correlate, do not incline correlate, right? They're not same at all. And it would be stupid if you're wasting your time in reading plants when you are supposed to be reading flaps. It's wasted of time. It's wasted time. We are spending too much time on reading cheese-square test or student test when you are supposed to read full rights. You're going to pass. You may going to pass your NEET MDS exam, but you're going to fail your final year exam. Don't do that stupidity. Use it. At this page, don't do any hard work. Do smart work. Don't try to read everything. Try to read what is must. Just focus on your dental subjects. Just read important topics. Utilize it. And these 5 to 7 hours, if you have this much time, attempt MCQ if you have time. See, so at the end, let me summarize it for you. For example, you have from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. you have your college, and what you will do in your college? You do theory for your final exam. Basically, you are going to build your concept and you are going to do a clinical postings, patient, and in this also you are going to read practically only. You are going to do practicals in the patient. Use any amount of material, use any amount of opportunity you have. Read and visualize everything in front of you. The as practical, audio visual aids. If you are seeing the pathology, you will remember it for longer. Try to find out many symptoms in the patient. Even if you're wrong, try to be as wrong as possible. If you're wrong about certain diagnosis, then only you will be able to be very particular about it. And that's very important. You like up to 6 p.m. you are at your home. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Up to 8 p.m. I just wanted to do done with your clinics if you are joined any or do your work. Get a rest and everything. At 8 p.m. you are free. 8 to 10 p.m. read theory. If you are done this in your college time, you can use this much time 10 to 12 p.m. You can utilize this much time to explore some MCQs, and I suggest you to explore some questions. Both of them you can do both of them, but at least 1 hour. Give 1 hour or 2 hours to your MCQ preparation. And this you are going to apply in your college next day. And for this part, you are only doing this with dental subjects. You are not going to touch general medicine, general surgery, or pharmacology. That will be a waste of time, and I do not want you to waste your time. Okay. So this is how you should prepare. You should aim for it. The real mantra for preparing for NEET MDS in foundation year is perfect utilization of time rather than reading too much. At this phase, quantity do not matter. You have 2 years. Just divide it in half for preparation. Do the dental part up to the final year. Thank you guys. This is all for today. And if you want how to read your dental pulse, how to prepare your notes, you can view them in my NEET MDS guide playlist. I want you to follow this procedure of making notes though, so that it will be helpful in your final exam, in your NEET MDS exam also. Thank you very much. Peace out.